If you are a student or IT profession or someone who is interested in new technology, you have heard about Azure cloud computing. You might not be aware, or like you are interested to know more. And if you are a person who is aware about Azure, you want to know what are things that are very much basic and what are things you should know in Azure. Well, you are in the correct place. So this presentation, I'm going to explain all the things in detail. Let's get started. So the agenda is going to be like I'm going to give you an introduction on all the basic stuff. Followed by that, I'm going to explain certain concept in detail, little bit, and followed by that, we will be seeing what will be my upcoming videos. So this video will act as a foundation, and based on this, you can able to understand my upcoming videos in clearly and a thanking note. So let's get started. So before I go get started. I want to ask you a question. So, what is cloud computing to you? What this word makes, what you think this word means? So, just comment below and also check the other colleagues' comment and provide them more information or like help them with your information. Just have a discussion on those things before we will get started. So, yeah, now I'm going to go to the slide. So now we will be discussing about the cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? In a simple terms, it's nothing but you are making use of someone else's infrastructure or someone else's resource to accomplish your task. So that's the nutshell in cloud computing. So this is an official definition from NICT.government. So they are saying like cloud computing is a model for enabling a convenient on-demand network access to shared pool of configuration computing resources. So they are mentioning all the computing resources. So what they are thinking what they are saying is that they rapidly want to provision and release with a minimal management effort or service provider interaction. So yeah, we don't want to go in detail, and I don't want to explain you each and every line. So the thing is like, see, during before the infrastructure seems to be really challenging while doing the administrative work, those things, and the cost is also a bit high. To host any server or a website, you need to have a server in place, and it will be, and you need to have a cooling system. So there are, you need to provide a power to it. So now you are watching the video in your smartphone or cell phone, you need some power, right? So you need lots of resources to access a content. It should be stored somewhere. So this should be there. So for maintaining these things, really a huge cost for a company, and as well as the administrative stuff also be tight. So many technology came, and this is one of the beautiful technology, cloud computing, where what they are saying is like a cloud provider, someone who is saying like, hey, you can use my resource. I will take care of all the basic and essential stuff. You just pay for whatever you use, or you just pay for particular year with this much discount I'm going to give you. Instead of you having your own way, you can make use of us, but don't worry about security. We will take care of it, and you can also take care of your areas. So that's an interesting thing about cloud computing. So you are going to make use of internet or expert route or like some VPN to connect to their resources, their infrastructure, and you are going to access your resources. You are going to create a new resource. You are going to make a great use of it. So that's the cloud computing. And when it comes to cloud computing, there are many cloud computing providers. What I mean by that is, you might heard of Azure, like I said. You might heard of AWS, Google Cloud Computing, which is nothing but GCP. So IBM Cloud, there are lots of cloud providers. So what they are doing is like I explained earlier, they are just renting you their infrastructure to you, and you are going to make a great use of it. So you are going to pay for whatever you use in their infrastructure. So you don't need to have your own infrastructure in place. You can make a great use of this there. So that's the nutshell about the cloud computing. So I hope now you got a clear picture about what cloud computing is, what are some cloud computing providers. We can say AWS, Azure Cloud Computing. It was there for a long time, and later Microsoft came into picture, and it started a little bit dominating the cloud platform. And you know what, for Microsoft, a major amount is coming through cloud computing. So that's the one sector I just saw in a post. So yeah, that's it. And GCP, Google Cloud Computing, it's slowly rising to picture. So people like IT companies, everyone they want to like reduce their burden, reduce the administrative cost, reduce the infrastructure cost, everything. So everyone is moving to cloud computing. So this is the cloud computing. There is nothing like a cloud will be available. There will be no, won't be like some physical cloud that will be floating on the sky, and we are going to make use of it. So I thought cloud computing is that way, but it's not that. So it is like you are taking someone else infrastructure and making use of it. So that's the cloud computing. So now we will check what is Azure. So I said like Microsoft provided a service called Azure. So the Azure is what Azure is going to do is like it's going to help you with you are going to rent their infrastructure and you are going to make the product or service in there, and you are going to make use of it, and you are going to pay for whatever you use in that, rather than having your own physical infrastructure where you have to pay a lot of money for having your physical infrastructure and you need to manage and monitor it. No worries. So they will take care of those stuff. You just need to take care of what work you need to do. So that's a nutshell for Azure. Azure. So I'm not going into each line in detail. So what they mean by 200 products is like, see, in your cell phone you have Facebook, you have WhatsApp, you have photo editing software, you have a video editing software, lots of stuff, right? So in that way you can categorize their products. So the cloud providers may provide you with an VM, which is a virtual machine. So you will be having a computer, not a physical computer. You can able to create a virtual computer and you can able to make use of it, which will be hosted in their infrastructure, and they are going to use that resources to accomplish your work. So that's the beauty. So like that, there are lots of products to help you to make a great improvise your work, those things, and they want to solve the challenges, and they want to create a better future. So that's what they want to mention here. So that they say like build, run, manage application across multiple cloud, on-prem and at the edge, with tools and frameworks on your choice. So of your choice. So this is what they want. So everything is available for you. Use your internet and make use of it. Don't anyone can able to host the software without even the servers by renting it. So that's the part of Azure Cloud. So now let's move on to the next interesting slide. Service model. So you might be wondering what the service model is. So let me explain you clearly. Like I said, right? So everything will be. Let's first look at this chart, a responsibility chart. When I say on-prem, it is like you have your own infrastructure. You can take your computer, or like you can think of a car. You own a car. So once you own a car, what you need to do? You need to pay road tax, insurance, everything, right? So you need to take care of your car. You need to do with the parking ticket, and you need to do the maintenance part. You can able to customize a lot since you have your own car, but it comes with added responsibility, right? So you can consider on-prem as a you own the car. So when it comes to IT side, it will be like IT company will be owning all the servers they need. So they'll be taking care of the servers by providing enough energy to it, enough energy, cooling system. You can see your computer, if you use long time, it gets heated, right? So every computer needs to maintain a certain temperature. So that's why you can see lots of IT company having a AC used, right? So that's what. So a lot of things will be taken care by all the things will be taken care of by the IT company. So that's what on-prem comes to picture. Here you can see how the responsibility transferred. So responsibility transferred to customers. When on-prem there is no responsibility. So you will be taking care of physical data center, you will be taking care of physical network, you will be taking care of physical host, and you will be taking care of operating system, blah blah blah. You can see all the stuff, right? So these everything will be taken care by you. So you have a complete control over it, and at the same time you need to worry about the cost, you need to worry about infrastructure, administrative stuff, everything. So now cloud providers, what they are doing is that they are providing three services: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, which is nothing but infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as service. So if we go in detail, you can see the cloud provider is taking responsibility of physical data center, physical network, physical host. So if you are in on-prem, you will be taking care of it. There will be an admin team for it. They will be they should take an effort on making sure there is no security violation, the servers have a security guard in place, those things. But here they will be taking care of those things, physical network design, everything they will be. What you can take care is like you can take care of the operating system, your network controls, how you want your network to control, applications access, and identity and directory information infrastructure. So only these areas you will be taking control of. For this, I can say you are taking you are taking a rental car where you are going to drive. Most like Zo cars or Zoom cars, my bad. So Zoom cars we will be taking a rent, right? So one day you will be taking the car, you can able to customize a little bit on whatever you want. You can't able to customize it, but you can able to like make great use of it. So you don't need to like pay road tax, road insurance, those things. Everything will be taken care by the company. The thing is like you just need to drive the car. You need to take care of the parking space, those things, right? So that's how infrastructure has coming to picture. So for this, I can say an example like Azure Virtual Machine. When it comes to Azure, if you are an AWS person, you can say EC2, which is nothing but a virtual machine. So those things will be coming as infrastructure as service. Many are aware about virtual machine. So it will be a machine which the physical location of the machine you are not aware. So it will be in their data center, the cloud providers data center. You will be taking care of operating system like whether it's Windows 7, Windows 7, so Linux, so those things you'll be taking care of. So only these things will be taken care of. So that is the beauty of infrastructure as service. If there is an old application you want to migrate to cloud, many will prefer to make use of infrastructure as service. Then comes platform as service. What they are going to do is like, see, when you have an operating system, you need to take care of security patches. You need to take care of updates. You need to make sure that your operating system is up and running. Is it up to date? So these things you'll be taking care, right? So what cloud provider is saying like, hey, I will take care of that. What you can do is like you can take care of network application, these areas. So that's the part they were saying here. So you can make use of that one, that portion where you will be taking only care of network app and these things. Right? The cloud provider will taking care of operating system. For this, I can say Azure Web App will be a good example where you know right to host a website. You need to, if you are a IT person, you know you in a server you need to make some drastic changes to make sure it is in IAS server, and there you need to add some plugins to, and you will be performing those operations, right? So those burden you don't need to take care when it comes to Azure Web App. The only thing is like you need to code your website and you just need to host it. So other stuff will be taken care by the since operating system you will be choosing what sort of operating system you want. So if you're if you're working in .NET, you'll be like making use of Windows operating system. So those that you will be choosing, but you don't have access or control to the operating system. You can you can able to like perform other operation like doing the code and putting a public domain. Those things you can able to perform. So those will be coming as platform as service. So here you can see network responsibility. How they have take off control. So you can see off slash, right. So it will be like both of you responsible. Certain area will be taken by cloud provider. Certain area will be taken by you. So the data part usually taken by you, and other physical sort of things will be taken by the cloud provider to do easier work. So that's the platform of sorry. For this, I can give you an example like we are using Ola, Uber cars, right? So that's the example where you are not going to drive the car. You are not. You don't need to worry about the parking. They also will be taken care by the cab driver, right? You just need to take the cab, and you just need to like travel in the cab, and you will be reaching the destination. So that's the beauty of platform as service. You can see from infrastructure to platform how drastically they have improved the service. And if you see most of the cloud providers, they try to push platform as service because they will get because they want you to make your work easier. So and they want to push platform as service as a solution. So but for migration you'll be going with on infrastructure as service. If you're creating a new app, go with platform as service where lots of administrative work and onboarded will be taken care by the cloud provider, you just need to do the work you need to do. So here you can say Docker will also come into picture. If you are AKS, Kubernetes, you are from DevOps person, those will be coming to picture. So that's the part for platform as service. Last but not least, software as service. So what will be the good example for this? So I hope you are using Outlook right now, right? Outlook, Teams app, Office 365. What would be a better example? You can take WhatsApp if you are not aware about these things. So WhatsApp is an example where you have the application is based. You just need to take care of your data, whether the data part, the security thing, everything will be taken care, right? Just imagine the WhatsApp will be having lots of server. Are you taking care of those servers? No, you are just taking care of your data, your privacy, your security. All other stuff will be taken care by the cloud provider. The same way they are bringing here as well. So you can see, right? Uh, the lots of the hardboarding stuff will be taken care by the cloud provider. The only thing like your account information, what sort of devices you are using, these things will be taken care by you. The so for this I can give example like you need to go to the future where if you open your door or something you'll be reaching the destination. You don't need to use Ola cab those things. So once you open your door you can reach the destination. That's the beauty for software as service. So this is an I hope this you can understand this part. Here you can see this blue is for Microsoft. This is as a customer, which is you or like your company. You can see share, right? So if you see here, you can again see here like on-prem network. If you are aware about the OSI model, you can able to understand this image. So as per the OSI model, you can see everything in on-prem will be taken care of your company. When then if you go with infrastructure as service, you can see up to virtualization. This physical stuff, everything will be taken care by the cloud provider, and other stuff will be taken care by you. Here you can see for platform in OSI model up to runtime will be taken care by the cloud provider, and app and data only these two things you will be taken care of. And when it comes to software, everything will be taken care of by the my cloud provider, in this case Microsoft. So you can see this image, right? So this explains in detail like how they are, what are the service model available. So these are the service model, and we have something called deployment model. How we want to deploy the cloud? If I said Azure cloud, it is a public cloud. It's available for everyone. There are certain clouds that are private cloud. That is so private. It's not accessible lot. You can make use of private cloud, and there are you can say some people what they will do is like they will take care of their infrastructure. But these cloud providers, not only they take care of, they provide some cutting edging technology, like I said earlier. So they want to make use of it. They say like, hey, I have my physical server, I have my network, everything, but I want to make use of Azure. In that case, those will be considered as private cloud. Public cloud, if you are migrating from on-prem to infrastructure as service and you are making use of this, it will be a public cloud where Azure, those things will come under public cloud. And there is a concept called hybrid cloud, which is a combination of both. You will be having an on-prem like this, and if see you won't be buying any more servers or any network those things. So if there is a demand, no, you will be making use of the cloud to increase your demand. So you will be having an on-prem as well, and at the same time you will be making use of cloud. So this is a beauty of hybrid. So these are the deployment model. I try to explain it within service model. So in cloud, it will be deployment model, service model. Service model is how you want the responsibility will be, and deployment model how you can deploy your solution in this cloud providers, whether it's going to be private cloud where you own everything. For a security reason you will be owning servers, everything. You just want to make use of certain products that are in cloud. So those will be the private cloud, public cloud, which I am going to whatever I am going to do, those are in public cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of both, but I don't have any server anything, so I'm not my deployment model is going to be a public cloud. So when it comes to lots of companies differs. So that's about the service model. So without boring you, let me move to the next slide and I will show you the things in detail. So this is going to be a good example. You can see, you can just imagine this as a data center. Let's say like you take, you can see this as a collection of CPUs. Lots of CPUs are there. So In this CPU, there will be lots of machines you can able to keep as a part of visualization. So here itself, you can have lots of resources. So you can place one of your resource here, one of the resource here, and again another resource here. So this way, it will be acting as data center. So this part will be completely taken care by. Yeah, you are right. Cloud. You have commented correctly. Yeah, so this is the infrastructure as service. Here you can see virtual machine, container and AKS. If you are into DevOps, you will be aware about the container. So if you're new to DevOps, let me give you a DevOps overview. It is like to make, there will be lots of definition, but in a nutshell, I can say to make automation, to improve your work with the help of automation and to bring value, you'll be making use of DevOps. It is the developer and operations coming to picture to a common goal. It is more of a practice. So for DevOps, they will be making use of container, which is nothing but you will be having a computer, right? So in a computer, you will be having one operating system, but by using visualization, hypervisor, you can able to have multiple OS in the same computer. If you are using I'm not sure if you are using like other certain products there, they will be providing other environments as well, like Oracle. They are providing a Oracle box where you can able to use other operating system. Even in your Windows operating system, you can able to use Oracle box, and there you can able to access Linux operating system by using this virtualization and hypervisor concept. So here the OS is acting as a mid layer. So you want to bypass the OS and you want to have some hypervisor like that, and you just want to care about the things you are working on. You don't want to care about the operating system. So that's where containers comes into the picture. I know this is really too much to take, but don't worry. In upcoming videos, I will explain it clearly. So containers you can consider like multiple things in a single rack. You don't need to worry about the operating system. You just need to start your working part, and it is loosely coupled. So I will explain all the thing in upcoming videos. And AKS, Azure Kubernetes as Service. So these are compute service. Compute in the sense the computing power will be taking place. So that's why it's called compute service. You will be making some CPU usage. Let's say you are creating and hosting a video, you are watching a video, you are performing certain processor operation. So for those things, there is a CPU usage is going on, right? So those are coming as compute. And you have storage. In storage, you can see blob, queue, files, disk. So blob is nothing but you are storing your video files, text files. Your operating system also will be coming into a page blob. So in blob there are lots of categories like page blob, blob, append blob. Append blob is like for the logs you will be using append blob, where when you feed data it will keep on added to the same text file rather than creating a new file. So that will be append blob. Page blob is for if you are using an operating system, you will be making use of page blob. And if you want to store data like videos, images, text file, JSON, anything, you'll be placing in a blob. And you have something like queues. This is for messaging. If you as a notification sort of thing, it will be you can make use of queues. So if you send something, if you let's say you have an application that is checking with another application, you want to send some inputs to it, you can achieve by queue as a messaging. Hey, this input is sent. So those sort of notification will be done by queue. Files, most of you are aware, so it will be like file system. You have C drive, D drive, right? So you can add another drive and you can able to share large files into it. So these are coming as storage. So I don't want to explain why it's coming as storage. Networking, virtual network. So you don't have a physical network or wire in your hand. This will be taken care by um, the cloud provider. But what you'll be doing, like with this virtual network, you'll be connecting your application with another. Let's say you have three applications. Two application needs to be connected. It will be sending and receiving data. So by virtual network, you can able to connect those things, resources, and we are load balancer to balance your load. Let's say you have three system, and the traffic is going into one system, making it really bulky, and you want to distribute the traffic properly to other two systems. You'll be making use of load balancer, DNS domain name thing, express route for routing, uh, traffic monitor to monitor your traffic, VPN gateway we have. So this will be like for if you're making use of VPN, you can will be making use of VPN gateway, app gateway. So here you have some firewalls and some security to make sure like things are going properly So mostly this app gateway is a sort of security sort of thing. So those will be coming into picture. So compute, now they are going into the PaaS service. You can see, right, compute service. I mean, this is a container service. Like I said earlier, I know you can't understand in detail. So without office system, without worrying about the office system, you'll be working on the data part. So that's the container service. We have virtual machine scale set, like having more machines in your queue, especially for big data processing batch process. So you'll be using virtual machine Azure batch. So for large volume of data, like you need to have multiple system in place, you'll be making use of Azure batch. So this will be coming under the compute services. And you can see, right, these are the integration. Like if you are an API expert, you can see you can make use of API management to manage your data. Your Azure Logic app, it is more of a connectivity tool. So let's say you need to like receive, like say your app is sending a message, and with that message, if this is displaying, you need to email it to your Outlook. Else, you need to like provide other message in another service. You can make use of Logic app like a communication tool. It's really a powerful workflow tool. Followed by that, we have service bus for message queue messaging, those things, and we have application platform, where this one I said web apps. So you'll be creating a website by making a web app. API apps, if you are making an API call, where you don't need to you don't need a cool website in picture. So you just want to send a request and you just want to get a response. Let's say like, hey, what time is it? And you'll be getting a response like it is this time. So those will be coming under the APIs. Service Fabric, where Azure Function, this is another powerful tool. We can compare Azure Function with Logic App, but Azure Function has a lot of capabilities, lot of service connections. We have, so I don't want to go each and everything in detail. When it comes to data, if you're a database person, we have SQL database, which is a platform as a service. So you can have an Azure VM. In the VM, you can able to install SQL Server. You can make use of it, or Azure is providing a SQL database which is managed by the Azure. You just need to care about the data coming and out. You don't need to care about the operations of those things. So those uh, we have Azure Synapse service. This is mostly like data analytics sort of thing. We have Cosmos DB. If you have NoSQL, your database is NoSQL, make use of Cosmos. This is a powerful tool and really a great tool. So explore that in Cosmos DB. We have SQL Server Data Search, Azure Cache ready for Redis. We know, like say like there is a server in US and you are looking in India, a certain data means it will be taking some time to come, right? So if you have by using a server here, you can able to like it will catch those data in a particular local server, and another person will be making use of those server instead of going directly to the US server. So it will improve the faster process. So that's why cache comes into picture. We have table storage, storing the data in the form of tables. So we have those things, and I feel I never worked on this, but it's really a powerful tool. So this is a cognitive service. So like vision, like you'll be uploading an image and it will be telling, providing some information. So those sort of vision, the services are there. We have ML Studio, or if you are a machine learning expert, you can make use of ML Studio. And hybrid cloud, you can see these things, right? Backup these things. Azure Monitor, this is for you will be getting the logs and it logs and all the data where how your services are performing. You can see how things are going, and you can able to monitor by using Azure Monitor. So yeah, these cool features are available. Did I miss anything? CDN is content delivery network. Like I said, for Redis cache, it will be storing a cache, right? So this is for the web part of caching. So that's why for faster delivery of service. So that's why we are making use of it. You can see security management. In security management, you can see like automation is the keyword. So if you want to store your password, those things securely, you can make use of keyword. Azure Marketplace is like how you have Play Store. In same way, to make use of certain products and services, we'll be making use of Azure Marketplace. So we have these cool things in picture. So I know you are fascinated by this. You can look this in AZ900 docs as well. For in one of the docs article, you can look this cool picture. So I haven't explained everything in detail, but I feel like what are the things that are important on a daily basis or like basic stuff. I try to explain it. So these are all the services and products available. You can consider as services. So if you move to the next slide, I am explaining about the resource management. So if you see these products, let's say like you have this, let's say you have this Azure web app and you have Azure VM, and you have you are using a storage like you have an Azure VM, you have storage with a blob, and you have a database. Let's say you have these three things in picture, and your app is make use of these three things. You want to club everything into one thing, one folder, some like that. So how you can achieve? So for that, we'll be making use of resource manager. With the resource manager, you can put the services that are relevant or like something relevant to it. You can place it in that manager. You can able to control it. Let's say that if you used all these free services and if you want to delete it, instead of deleting one by one, if you delete the resource manager, it will delete all the stuff. So that's what this resource manager is. So it has lots of products and lots of services you are putting in. So this resource manager is managed by subscription. The subscription is nothing but in Netflix you have subscription, right? With that subscription only you can able to watch any movies or videos. The same way when it comes to Azure, you need a subscription. Without subscription, you can't able to perform any operation. If you are using Sandbox in anything, you can see there will be a subscription called Concur subscription or Microsoft Sandbox subscription. In that you can see Concur subscription. So with the subscription only, you can able to create resource group and you can able to make use of the resources in it. So all the resources that you are using, you will be putting everything in a resource group. So you can't think resource group as a folder. You can say resource group as a geometry box where you have protector, compass, everything in one place, and you can have a pencil box where you have pencil eraser in one place. You can't put your geometry box inside a pencil box or vice versa. So you can't put the resource group inside a resource group. It acts differently. This acts differently. So that's what this resource group is. So this is a subscription. So without this, you can't be able to create or make use of any resource. So usually, as an individual, you'll be having one subscription. If you have multiple credit card and you want to say right, hey, I'm going to prepare a YouTube video just like you. For that, you are creating one subscription, and you are working on a daily basis. For that, you need another subscription. So you need to have two credit cards. Or like you need to monitor billing separately. So for that, you'll be having two multiple subscriptions. Usually, every individual will be going with a single subscription. But if you want, you can have a multiple subscription. If you see my Azure exam video, I have showed what are all the subscription types that are available. So those I did. So to manage this subscription, let's say like I have nearly six credit card, and in six credit card, or like I want to build resources in six different way. In that case, you will be creating six different subscription, like six different, let's say like six different pay as you go subscriptions. For this group, you want to have it all in different credit card or like same credit card, that is your wish. And this one will be separate credit card and the same credit card, but you want to have a separate billing. So you will be creating subscription like that, but you want to manage this subscription. For that, you will be having something called management group. So this management group is used to manage the subscription. So for Netflix, we have only one subscription. We can't able to extend the subscription per person, right? But here in Azure, we can able to have multiple subscriptions. That will be very much helpful for building those things. Usually, like if you are an individual, just practice for the Azure, you can have one subscription. You can able to manage everything in single subscription. But if you are an IT company, your sales team needs to have one or two to three subscription in place. Let's say like core sales team, practice sales team, and another sales team or marketing team, and you have a developer team, you have a QA team, you have a production team. So like this, you will be having lots of subscriptions. So for there, you will have a management group. So you can have a multiple management group as well, and there will be a single root or like corporate management group. Let's say your company is ABC, your ABC company have a one management group or like one tenant. So usually, like in home in US, they will say the people who are renting they will call as tenant, right? So the company will be called as tenant. So ABC company is a tenant, and they have a core root management group, and inside that you can have multiple management group as well, and you can have multiple subscription, and you can have multiple resource group. So that's what I showed here, and here you can see, right, you will be having select the public offer. So Here you can see create your subscription and you will be having resource group. Within resource group, you have this much products and services and you will be accessing things like that. So I know I talk a lot in the PPT. So let's just switch to the browser and I will show you those stuff. So this is my portal. Here you can see I have two subscription. Actually, I have three subscription, but I'm not sure there is a bug or something like that. It's showing only my pay as you go subscription. So that one I renamed it as upgrade basic subscription. So every subscription have a subscription ID. Usually every YouTube will hide this, but anyway I will delete this during my time. So you can see this is the cost and this is a tenant group. This is the one I told. So if I search for management group to give you a clear picture, it will take, here you can see, right? So this is my root or like my main management group. In the main management group, I have this much subscription and I create a sub management group. I can able to map it like this if I want. But in my case, I am not interested to move. If you see right click, you can able to see move, right? So I can move and I can keep certain things in this management group and I can able to manage it. Let me just create something for you. So let me say like this is production. I want to name it as production. So it will take some time to reflect. So this is my root management group. I can able to rename this management group. Let me try to rename it. So I will give you a clear picture. Currently, I'm not owning any company, but let's just rename this group to CDF tenant root group. This looks nice, right? No, I know my YouTube channel I named the CDF. So CDF, I can able to keep only CDF by itself. So this is for understanding. I'm just saving it to give you a clear picture. Error occurred. Okay, I'm not going to dig into this error part for time being. So here you can see add subscription, right? So you can able to have subscription here. If I want, I can able to move this year to year. It will take some time to move, but I will just show you how it looks like. Move. Yes, I want this pay as you go to move to this one. So let's say like my company has and let's say this update basics. Let's move to production. No. I want to move this to production. Yeah, save. Just to give you a clear picture of what I want to explain in the PPT here. This is my core. This is my core, or like this is my main manager group. So this is my tenant, my root manager group. Here I have one subscription. So totally I have three subscriptions. So you can see, right, this is the main or like major group. Inside that I have two things. One is like queries and another is like production. Production I have my major production upgrade basics. This is the pay as you go subscription. And queries for dev testing I'm having it. So this is pay as you go subscription. You can categorize it, right? So inside this I can able to create resources. So let me go here. I will just create a simple resource for you. What resource I can create? Let me create you this resource. So here you can see resource group, right? So currently it's empty. So I will create a resource for you to show you things in detail. I am going to name it as Azure Basics because I can able to name it as test or like I can able to name it as learning region. So this is like where you want to have. So this is kind of label rather than placing your resources. So you can have it in any region. Let's keep this as default. I have no issues in keeping tag. So to provide more information here, I'm going to say purpose. This is not mandatory again, but I just want to have this. I'm going to say YouTube. So purpose date June 20. So you are getting a now if I click review and create, it will ask for validation and I'm going to create a resource. I will explain other areas in upcoming videos. I don't want to go you tell everything in detail. So this is the resource group, right? Here I can able to create the resource. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a resource. This is what I said, virtual machine. I'm going to create a web app or mobile app or like this one. Here it's asking for what resource you want to keep. Oops, I forgot my subscription name. My bad. Let me quickly check this subscription ID. Oh, this is triple F8 subscription. Okay, fine. Here it will provide you all the details in your subscription, how your resources are acting, those things. But anyway, there's the web app, this one, right? Yeah, pay as you go. Here you can see Azure Basics is coming to picture. Just going to say CDF. This should be globally unique. I guess it won't be there. Wow, this is really interesting, but this should not happen. Three letters website won't work. So I'm going to put C. Okay, let me put like this MMF CDF. It should be showing us green tick. Interesting. This is what I said. So this is a PaaS as a service solution where what I'm doing is like instead of having creating a server in server, I'm creating a website. Doing those stuff, I'm just directly creating the environment I want to do. I'm just going to do say .NET 6. Let it be in Windows. What region you want? Let this be the same region I have. These regions are like the places where they have the data center. So Microsoft have data center in these much regions. For this product, you can make use of this much region. You can place it in any region. For time being, I'm making use of same region. Certain times, certain functionality won't be available in some regions. That's the reason I'm having it. So plan, what sort of plan you want. So this is for the CPU, those things we have an app service plan. Anyway, I will explaining everything in detail. I'm going for free. Yes, it's free. So zone redundancy, those things I will be explaining in detail in upcoming videos or like in upcoming slides. If there is anything, I will be explaining you those how you want your deployment to be. If you're a DevOps person, I have my Git in place. So let's okay, why it's not coming? Oh, I need to enable it. My bad. Okay, yeah. Let this build this account. I want yeah. This is Faris effects repository. Um, where I can put. Let's just put in Azure. I have no issues. Branch. Let this be main branch. This is for the DevOps sort of thing. You can disable it. No issues. Networking is in preview. So preview is like these things they are customizing and they are providing. So things that are marked as preview, they are giving it for feedback. Like they want you to test it if you want, and if you can provide suggestions to them, how you feel like making this thing. So if you say I enable so they are saying for network injection. So for basic plans, so like I said here, this is the important factor. I just chose free plan. So for free, it's not available. It should be basic. This plan only should be able to do. So monitoring, you want to monitor each and every area on your website. This is a free and I'm going to use for testing. No, but you can see right the purpose is automatically coming right. So they see everything is popped up. Let's say review and create. So it will be providing me everything. So app service plan is like let's say you have a CPU. In CPU you are going to have 10 to 15. Like let's say like in CPU you can able to work different website, right? So same way in free app service plan you can able to have 10 websites like this. When I mean by website, I mean like 10 websites you can have it there. If you want to expand, you need to improve your plan. So that's why I have a free plan which is located in central US. My code is going to be .NET 6. I have enabled deployment. So in my GitHub, I have already configured it, but in upcoming videos, I will explain everything in detail. So if I click review and create, it will just validate and create a resource for me. Okay, it will be taking some time. So this is how you can see the structure, right? So I had a management group or like tenant root group. So from there, I created some management group. There you can have one subscription and you can keep in your tenant group itself for explaining and understanding stuff. I just showed you these things. So while processing, it will be showing you all the information. Uh, so that is just still the deployment in progress. So you can able to see what are the status it is. You can able to get a notification here. So it will be telling you all the notification. Yeah, I missed to give you a quick overview of this website, right? So in the meanwhile, you can see like this web is getting created. So this is the notification bar. This is the account. You can have multiple accounts in your place. So the first account that you signed in will come up. So if you want to provide feedbacks to them, you can provide feedbacks here. Help section, you are aware, right? If you want to have some support or help stuff, click here and ask the Azure community documentation. These things you can able to click it. This is the settings. So directory is like a page. Currently I'm in this directory. So let's say like if I'm giving access to you to make use of certain resources, it will be creating you a separate directory. So you'll be making use of it and you can isolate your workspace. So you can consider this as a different workspace. Currently I'm in this workspace, and if I'm giving you let's say like if I'm adding you as a user, if you provided your email ID and I'm adding you as a user to work on my company stuff and my stuff, so you'll be having a separate directory created here and you'll be having it. So if I give you the same account, if I create and give you a different account, it's going to be different. But if you provide an email ID and if I give access to my subscription and my things, you'll there will be like a separate directory will be created. So that's the thing. And how you want your website to be. So those were their languages. You can see this much languages available. So you can go with your favorite language and how the format should be. And this is the information. My email address is there. Signing of notifications. So all the details about my directory is available here. So let me just close this to show you what's the status. You can see deployment is completed. Here you can see how much time it took for the deployment. 51 seconds it took and the status seems to be okay. You see like for creating a website, it just took me with somewhere around like 1 to 2 minutes. I explained you this concept with 1 to 2 minutes, like you can see, right? How much time it took, 51, 37, 16. So nearly 1.5 minutes, around we can say 2 minutes only it took for me, and it's giving me next step like how you can able to start. It's recommending me those stuff and all. Here it's showing me what are the inputs I provided. These are the inputs is provided to it, and output anything we have. So there is a concept called ARM template. I'll be explaining everything in detail, and whatever things you said, right? So those will be according to Azure. It will be taking everything in a JSON format and it's placing everything like this. You can see here like everything I will explain in detail. So this is like a schema, like for this ARM template, how the version should be. So here it's saying like it's 2015, which is really old, but still. And this is a template version. If you want to edit it, you can able to write 1.1.1 like that for your editing. And it's providing me the parameter. It's taking subscription ID, name. So you can see that for portal form, how it asked for, it took subscription name, location, these areas. Right? These are the most things it needed. So bool means boolean, whether it's true or false, and these are the variables. So when these are the resources it's creating for me when I am asking for creation of website. So type, you can see it's creating this website, and I have asked for source control, right? So it's creating a source control in my GitHub. These are the things it's creating. You can see right how it. So this is how the template looks like. So I can able to download this template, and if I want, I can edit instead of making use of so I can able to edit. I can able to like make use of this template to edit and provide other information. But just for example purpose, I'm just showing you every stuff. So let's say go to resource. Here, okay, it's still popping up. Okay, great. So this is my website. Let me just quickly click the URL. So you can see right there is a website with my URL mmf CDF. it's popping up. Here I haven't provided any code, so that's the main reason you can see it's coming like this. If the coding part I will be explaining in upcoming videos. So you can see right how the look. I have just created a website within 1 minute. I didn't know about what the server is, what the operating system is. I just said operation should be like this, but I don't have any control. But I have some basic website in my hand, right? So that's the beauty of it. I'm not going to explain these stuff in detail because it will be in upcoming videos. I will be explaining the deep dive of each and every area. So this is something interesting. Anyway, I will tell you each and everything in detail. So I have a website created like this. If you look into this management group, so I have a root tenant management group. Here I have this subscription. Inside this subscription, I have a resource group, say ABC, and I have this resource. So for example, I have created it. Let me quickly go and delete it. So I can able to create delete the resource group just like this, or I can able to for the time being I can able to delete in this way also. I need to go inside and need to delete it. There should be an option here to which will be asking for delete. It's interesting. It's not. Yes, how it to show. I have. Okay, let me just go to my Azure portal. Where is my resource group? Yeah, this is my Azure basic resource group. Here you can see, right? It created two resources. This is my website and this is the app service. So that's the reason I didn't delete there. So if I delete this one, no, this will be still there in my place. So this is how the for that product, for that service, it has two products like this website and this app service. So I can manually delete it by clicking delete like this, or I can delete this resource group. If I click delete resource group, it will be asking me to type the resource group name. So in my case, it is just Azure Basics. I can even type it or copy paste it. I'm just copy pasting it. I'm very lazy guy, so I'm deleting it. So within a fraction of minute, I have created a website with all essential stuff I need there, and within a fraction of minutes, it's creating the resource which I don't want. So everything will be popping in this notification. This is the directory. In the settings, I show directly, right? If you want, you can directly move here. And this is a cloud shell. So for creation, I used a portal, right? So you can see this in this UI. I created a website for you. Even if you are a PowerShell person, or like if you are working Bash shell, you can just by scripting you can able to create these stuff. Just 2 to 3 lines of your script, you can able to create all the stuff you needed. So for that you can use for that it's Azure supports PowerShell and Bash shell. You in your if you are using Visual Windows or like Linux, there you can install all the PowerShell plugins related to the Azure and you can make use of it. Or if you are using Bash, in the Bash you can update all the stuff and you can make use of Bash in your system itself. Usually, any IT organization, they won't make use of the portal to create any resources. They want to use portal for monitoring stuff, and they want to make use of this bash or like PowerShell scripting. If you want to create, if you feel like, hey, I don't want to install those stuff in my PowerShell physically, you can able to like go and use this Cloud Shell. Here it will be creating a storage account. Storage account is nothing but a space for storage in Azure. So in the Azure resource region, it will be creating a storage for you, and you can able to like make use of that storage to store your Bash script and those output. So you can able to create it in that way. So that's why we have this Bash instead of having creating going to your PowerShell of CDI to create it. Even in the portal, this Bash itself, you can able to work on it. So that's the Bash part. This is a search where you can able to search for all the resource group, anything related to Azure. And we have something I show Azure Marketplace, right? I show you Marketplace. This is Azure Marketplace. You can see this marketplace, right? So this is Azure Marketplace where the third-party vendors, everyone will provide their products. So you can see they have this Cloud Ops product, ML, these products. Some are from Microsoft. You can see Red Hat is providing their Linux. Ubuntu is provided by this company. So you can see, right? So all this valuable stuff will be provided. Language services from Microsoft. So this is a marketplace. You can able to look for the categories. You can see, right? They have categories into these much categories, and you can able to look for whatever service you needed. So let's just check whether my resource is deleted. You can see my resource group is deleted, like that is showing. Let's just verify. So if you see here, it is this subscription, right? Pay as you go. No, not this one. Pay as you go. This is a recent tab. Here, previously in the resource group, we had those resources available. Let's see. Here you can see nothing is available, right? So this is the beauty of the resource group. So let's move to the slide. So yeah. So these are the useful link. I'll be explaining other concepts in upcoming part 2. So this will be the part 1. In part 2, I'll be explaining this slide, followed by the other essential things that you need to know. So I don't want to make more time for this. So anyway, thank you so much for listening to the part 1 video. So just give some time. I will be creating a part 2 video explaining all this link in detail, like how they are making use of it. And I hope this will be like good study material for you when you are preparing AZ 900 exam. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.